I've got kids back in Australia that I missed a lot. And so a friend said, oh, you should try Telepresence, that might work, you'll be able to keep in touch with kids. So I thought, okay, let's try it. So I had a look, and the existing system, I ended up actually getting the Waterfall here, which is a gorgeous design, but it's a disappeared project. Telepresence has a bad record of things disappearing. But the ones that are available, the Beam, the Double, they're all essentially aimed at offices and not really aimed at kids. So, and they're also very expensive. It seemed too expensive to me. So I was like, I can do this. I'll make it myself. So I had no electronics hardware experience, but I thought this would be a fun project. So I ended up coming up with a little Ramble Bot here. And it was after a year or so of using the Waterfall, actually, I kind of figured, okay, these are things I want. I want tracks, I want a gripper, I want long life battery, I want lots of sensors, I want it to be tough, I want it to be really functional, I need to be able to look directly down, directly up, essentially all the stuff. I need to expect that the world is not a dead flat office. There's cables, there's grass, there's all sorts of stuff. And I want to be able to go outside, like, mainly for communicating with the kids. So I spent a year or so in my spare time. I learned Arduino, it's Arduino, it's all off-the-shelf stuff. There's nothing really that custom-made other than 3D printing, which is the holders and the casing and stuff, and the little gripper. So a little bit about what we're talking about here. It's Telepresence. So you actually open up your browser. I have Robot in Australia in my kids' room, and I log in just like normal, think Skype, but then you've got a whole control panel, so you can drive around. So I drive around my ex-wife's house and find the kids, go with them outside, go down the road, up into their school. I've got a cab, gone down to the train station, and you can literally, it's got a very long life battery. I can pretty much go anywhere from here. So, I enjoy it. The team is mostly me. I've hired a whole bunch of people. A lot of stuff I've just outsourced, little jobs for the app, because there's an app on the phone. Essentially, your controls are from your browser, through the internet, to the app on the phone, and then the app on the phone talks by Bluetooth to the actual robot. Mobile phone, the Double uses iPads and things. I like the mobile phone as a connection thing. It's made for communication. You get the best signal everywhere you go. It's cheap. You can get secondhand. Everyone's got phones laying around in drawers. So cheap was a very high concern when I was building this. I sell them for $200, $199 for basic ones. So significantly cheaper than the competition. And so then as I started building these things, people asked for a tall version. So I don't personally like a tall version that much, but I built a tall version just because people do want it. There are some use cases where people need a tall version to look into hospital beds and stuff like that. So there's a tall version. And as I was building it, I thought, the biggest problem with electronics that I've found is the battery system, recharging, LiPo, battery life, everything to do with batteries is just a big pain. So I came up with a little Bot here, which is this really cheap little Telepresence device. I'm selling this for $59. It's all 3D printed, and essentially you stick your phone in there, and this will drive around when you control it, so you can log in. It works really nice on a kitchen table or floor, office desk, things like that. And so at the moment, as you can see, I'm basically doing it all myself, and I sell them as demand requires. There's not huge demand because Telepresence doesn't have it. It works. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people feel like it's a long distance remote control toy, but it is really quite different when you're actually somewhere else on the other side of the world and interacting with people. Things to be done. I could lower the cost a lot if ABS injection molded. Probably custom circuit. Although, quite frankly, I'm kind of happy using stock standard parts. Makes it easy for people to repair. Makes it easy for me to repair. It's cheap. You get this stuff pretty cheap. Easy to put together. Versions of this. We've got a desert version, which is completely solar powered. runs constantly, recharges the battery in the phone and the robot. And we're dropping this out in the California desert in the next few months, and it will just be out there permanently. We can log in and drive around, and which I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to be fantasizing about the Mars rover kind of thing. And there's the little park block, and there's a kind of view. With the small one, you are generally looking up, but I quite like it. It feels like you're on the same level as the kids and stuff. Apart from my customers are mainly parents who are working away, are spending enough time with their kids, and they log, especially if they're working overseas, they like to log in with their kids. But a really nice use case that's been happening lately is hospitals in Europe and England who do have leukemia kids. They're getting cancer drugs and they can't get out of the hospital. They're stuck in their little chamber, and so they've been buying it to interact with their families. So which is kind of nice. So yeah, it's not nearly as professional as the last guys, but it works and it's cheap, and I'm actually selling it. I'm not asking for money. It's my sort of hardware hobby project, and yeah. So if anyone has any questions on hardware stuff, please.
Does that have any detection of
edge sensing?
All up the edge?
No, it doesn't. Now, I've thought about. I'm actually thinking about what kind of sensors I could use, and I've tried IR, and it just wasn't happening. The problem is you need front and back, and you're going to start losing a bit of space. And also I want to keep it really cheap. So yeah, at some point I'll release it. I thought just get a cheap one, just get it out there. I like the idea and get it happening, and then add stuff later. I also wanted to put a little laser pointer that is controllable, so you can point at things in the remote environment. So yeah, I really like this, and people have been enjoying it for offices. I'm not sure, to be honest, I'm not sold on using the tall ones for office use cases. Generally, when the field of vision with phones isn't huge, you can put fisheye lenses, but it means you're not looking at your feet and manoeuvring around tables and chairs. Yeah, you don't want to be a pain for the people on the other end. So, yeah.
So I'm envisioning when you have a deal with Uber and FedEx, see, and then you can just send yourself by Uber to the FedEx office and get FedEx anywhere in the world, and Uber there to, and then you're there.
I've done this. I've Ubered myself across the city and they're quite happy. People think, driving it out in public, like I go out to parties and stuff, like in parks and things with my kids, just the robot and my kids, it's kind of, everyone just, you'd think there'd be problems. People immediately say, oh, but it's going to get stolen. Honestly, most people are not thieves, and when they see it, they don't realise that this is not something being remote controlled from someone in the direct vicinity. Everyone assumes that, and because it's cheap, it's not very expensive. But you've got like the Desert Bot, very particular. The total cost for that, including the phone, is $200. If it got stolen, that sucks. But we're going to camouflage it up.
Who do you plan to talk to in the desert?
I don't know, we're just going to drive around and explore.
Talk to the turtle.
It's an experiment to see, can you 100% solar power telepresence? Because that, as far as I know, hasn't been done. And I kind of like the idea of being able to log into the desert and drive around.
There has to be a software power.
Sorry?
There has to be a software power.
Yeah, it needs data. But luckily, there is, I've driven out to Death Valley, and there is 3G around. It's going to work. So, you'd be surprised how much
Mars rover.
It is, but it's not
Are you making? You're making these? Like you're not manufacturing these?
No, I think so. This is literally me in my garage.
So you're using Arduino boards in?
Yeah, there's an Arduino, no shield, standard Wi-Fi.
That'd be expensive from a manufacturing point of view. Do it.
Technically, but not as much as gearing a factory up to. Like injection. Honestly, the biggest cost I had is the 3D printer. That's half the cost is in the 3D print plastic. It's expensive to get nice quality 3D print plastic. And if anything, the first thing I would do is aviation injection molding casings. That would drop the cost significantly. Then I would look at custom boards.
Can you talk to like the colleges, or maybe put a magnet and collect points to the beach?
people have all sorts of use cases. You know? It's telepresence will be huge, especially once they become functional. In many ways, I'm looking at this as getting into something I feel will be big in the future. I want to be part of it. Do I believe this is the final version? No. You know, it's got to get a lot more functional. But there's issues with all sorts of stuff, battery life, reliability. Data isn't quite there yet. You know, we don't really have nice data everywhere, especially in language. So it's getting in on something I feel will be big in the future. Yeah, they're going.
I saw you had hardened things to do, make hardened ones for environmental outside. What about first responder groups like police and fire? I mean, have you looked into that?
They could use it personally. I would recommend they get a drone, to be honest. Like, I'm not sure. You know, I believe I could try and pitch some kind of weird use case like that.
Yeah.
But I don't believe. If I was them, I'd say go and get a drone, much better, quicker.
You have to fly around the drone. Anyway, yeah.
I'm a bad salesman.
Why did you put an EBS so it can become a drone?
You know, it's real hard to send signals through water. And there's a whole bunch of guys doing ROVs before, like the underwater. And they all have cables, which isn't intelligent spirit. It's completely independent and far away.
Earlier in one of your slides, you showed some robots that were about $2,500.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you